Hello friends, comment ça va? Welcome to Cajun Charles, your place for Cajun cooking and a little storytelling. Hello friends, Cajun Charles here. And boy am I in a good mood today. I've got my second granddaughter, Vivian Ruth Harris, was born last week, and I'm in a good mood. So today we're going to cook a little chicken etouffee. An etouffee is a smothered dish. And to start this, I've got some chicken. I got 6 pounds of chicken. I know it's a lot of chicken, but I make enough not only to feed me and my family, but also for some friends. And being my daughter Amanda and her husband Derek are going to be a little bit busy with an infant and almost a 3-year-old Hazel, they need a little extra food themselves. So I make a little bit more. So this, I got 6 pounds of chicken, and this is going to serve about 13, 14 people. But first we're going to marinate it. But before I get started though, I got to tell you a little bit about Father Boudreaux. Father Boudreaux, he was a priest for 25, 30 years, somewhere like that, in a little small Cajun town in South Louisiana. And they decided they were going to have a going away party for him. And they're going to use one of the local politicians who had been the mayor, and now he was a representative, and he was going to do all the presentations about Father Boudreaux. Well, he was running late. So Father Boudreaux got up there and decided he'd give a little talk since everybody was waiting. And he started just talking about when he came to this little town there in South Louisiana, and he said, yeah, he says, I remember when I did my first confession. This person came in there, and oh my God, I thought, what am I doing here? Because right out of his mouth, he had said how when he was young, he stole a television set, he stole money from his parents, and then once he started working, he stole money from his business, and he even got stopped by the police one time, and he almost killed the cop. And then he had an affair with his boss's wife, and then his girlfriend, he gave her one of them disease things. So, everything he said, I'm like, oh my gosh. But then after that, I didn't have no more like that. And things got better, and it's really been a great 30 years here in this small little town. Well, about that time when he was getting finished with that, who come barnstorming through the back door, ready to give us a presentation, was the local politician, him. And so Father Boudreaux went and sat back down, and once the politician kind of caught his breath, he gets up there and he said, I'm real honored today to talk about Father Boudreaux, and I just like to say, I remember his first day, his first confession, I was the first guy in line. So the part of the story is, don't ever be late when you're giving a presentation. So anyway, so now we got this chicken here, and we're going to marinate it for about an hour, hour and a half. So we're going to we got about 2/3 a cup of Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to pour that over all that chicken there. And we got about a tablespoon of garlic. Sprinkle that over it. Then we got some of Cajun Charles' seasoning, which has got a little red pepper, black pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of everything in there. We'll spread that around on there. Then we're going to mix it around, because we got to get all them seasonings everywhere. Put a little bit more. We want it everywhere now. Okay, c'est bon. So we're going to let this here, we're going to just leave it here. This chicken is cold. We're going to leave it out here on the counter for about an hour, hour and a half, or you can even stick it in the refrigerator. But you can leave it at room temperature if you like, whichever one you want. So I'm going to check back with you in about an hour and a half. All right, now we have our chicken. I've taken it out of the marinating bowl here, and we're going to dust it with a little flour on both sides. But before I do that, I wanted to mention one little thing. As y'all all know, I love to play golf. And today was the first round of the club championship at Kearney Hills here in Lexington, and I was playing with my good buddy Tim Roberts. And Tim and I practice a lot together, we play a lot together. And then today, Tim shoots 35 on the front, 1 under par, and 35 on the back for another 1 under par to shoot 70 for the day. And he's carrying a little 10 handicap for a net 60. Attaboy, Tim. I'm going to get you tomorrow, though. So anyway, back to the chicken etouffee here. I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of flour. And we're going to take the chicken, and I've got some olive oil in here heating. It's about on medium heat. And I'm going to brown this chicken. Try not to burn it. Don't get your oil too high. Keep it low. Put them all in there, and once I have them in there, I'll sprinkle a little bit more flour on the other side. All right, now we're going to let that brown 5-7 minutes on each side. And then I'm also going to do the drumsticks here. So I'm going to go through this, brown all of that, and then I'll get back to you for the next step. All right, I've had my chicken here. Here I got these legs that I've been browning. Time to come out. Now before I put my vegetables in, I like to take a spoon like this and get some of that gratin there at the bottom. That helps make it taste really, really good. Really good. Just kind of scrape that around. It's not burnt, just cooked. Okay, now next step, we're going to take a cup of yellow green peppers, a cup of red, a cup of green peppers, 2 cups of celery, half a cup of green onions, the bottom of the green onion. And we're going to saute this for a few minutes here. While I'm doing this, I want to tell you a little bit. I've got a website started up, Cajun Charles, CajunCharles.com. And I've got my first video on there, and that's all so far, but my plan is to have all my videos posted on there, and then I'm also going to put in writing all these recipes for all the previous videos and all the new videos that I'm going to do. And then eventually I'll have a link to where you can buy some of the ingredients that I used here on Cajun Charles. CajunCharles.com. A little bit more heat there. I'm going to add a little bit more seasoning to that. And lastly, I got 6 cups of chopped white onions in here. So now we're just going to stir this around and keep sauteing it until these white onions turn clear. Be about 4 or 5 minutes. I must still be kind of excited about my new little granddaughter, Vivian Ruth, because I forgot my tomato paste. So I've added some tomato paste here to my onions and been sauteing it. That looks good, smells good, ça c'est bon, yeah. Now, we're gonna put our chicken back in there. We're gonna put our marinade that we made earlier in there with it. We're gonna add 48 ounces of chicken broth. And the final ingredient, we find it, oh, here it is. We're going to put in about 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar, dark brown sugar. And 1 can of Rotel tomatoes. That around a little bit. Let's just kind of simmer it down a little. Now we're just going to let it cook. Probably take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook until the chicken gets tender. I'll be back later to show you the final results. All right, here we go. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half. A little chicken etouffee. A little gravy on there. Grab a little chicken leg right there. Sprinkle a few little green onions on it. A little chicken etouffee. Let me give it a little taste and see what it's like. It's a little different than like a chicken sauce pecan with that brown sugar in it. Ça c'est bon. Au revoir, bonsoir. Don't forget, website CajunCharles.com. Next time, friends. Hello, friends. If you would like to ride along with me in my P-Row and learn some more about my Cajun cooking and hear a few more of my Cajun stories, click the subscribe button below. And if you would like to know when I've docked my little pirogue and ready to cook and tell stories, hit the little bell. Merci beaucoup.